What is going on, everybody? It's MrAeroHD here, and we're here with like I want to call it a new series, but it's not really a new idea. I'm going to call this Stream Tunes for now, until I come up with a better name, which I probably won't. I'll just be lazy and use this name. But these are cars that maybe I've built on a live stream. Not maybe. These are cars that I've built on a live stream, and because of how many gosh darn copyright strikes I've gotten, or copyright notices, I should say, I'm not going to risk posting the full VODs and just, clip out the full VODs, because you guys don't want to see that. So for those of you who didn't make it to the streams, you still want to see the builds, you want to see how they work, yeah, this series is for you. So we've been doing 2 to 4 cars a video, depending on how many times I streamed in the week, how many cars I built. So this was the only 2 cars I built on stream, with the exception of one, which you guys will be seeing in a full video on Friday. But this is the 2002, I think, Nissan Fairlady Fast and Furious edition. So it's the DK's Fast and Furious, DK's car from Tokyo Drift. I've always said that 350s were a very, very good beginner's car, the 350Z or the 350Z, however you say it, for wherever you're from. But this is just basically feels like exactly like a regular 350, but it's got a really cool body kit on it. So if you want a great beginner car, that's really easy to use, very user friendly, not too much horsepower, but I never feel like it's lacking horsepower. It's only got about 500. I naturally aspirated it. We're gonna go over the build as well in this video, so just so we don't have to use any music for nothing. Yeah, my only complaint really is the wing. I'm not a huge fan of the wing, and you can't remove it. But yeah, this car is very stable. It holds angle very well. It's a very, very good beginner car. I don't remember how much it costs in game, but I feel like it's a little bit on the expensive side just because it is a Fast and Furious car. A lot of those do run you a little bit more credits than the normal would, but if you have the credits to burn, or you want this car, or you won this car in a wheel spin, whatever, I do see a lot of these cars online. So yeah, I've been on pubs and 25% of the lobby is driving this in some way, shape, or form. But this is a pretty very, very solid car. There's really nothing wrong with it. We're about to just go into the tune here. A lot of people are building these 700-800 horsepower, but I was like, 5 is fine. The car is fairly light as well. That's why I only kept it on street tires. Even though it has 305s, it has 305s in the back too, by the way. I haven't driven the normal 350Z or 350Z. Again, I should be saying Z because I'm Canadian, but I don't, because all the Americans have corrupted me. But yeah, if it has a bigger tire width, then go with this car. Again, I haven't driven the regular 350 yet, but I really don't have any problems with this one. It looks great minus the wing. It sounds really, really good. All the sounds in this game are fantastic. A huge step up from not a huge step up, but a step up from Forza 5. But I don't really have a lot to say other than it's a very good, well balanced beginner car. I never felt really out of place with it. It did take a little bit of tweaking, so if you're looking to tune your own and just using this as an inspirational video, I guess you may have to sit there and fiddle a little bit. But as per JDM Tight Yo, it is a fairly decent, well balanced. Since I took the turbos out, I had no lag. The engine was great, like I said. And Daytona, the little section I was doing on Daytona, you have that big, huge, fast entry, and then a couple of tighter corners, and it felt fine over the course of any of them. So yeah, that was Drift King's 350Z. Now we're going to move into something completely different, but still a good beginner car. This is the Dodge Challenger Hellcat. I see a lot of people again with these online. I believe it is DLC in some way. But yeah, this car only has a racing diff. That's it. It's fairly cheap to buy, all things considered. About 70,000, 80,000 credits. Considering if you buy an R34 or something like that and then put all the money into parts, you're going to be spending about that much money anyway. And this car with just a racing diff is fine. It's actually a really good beginner car, and I'm going to tell you why. It's heavy. It's a little soft, so it's slow. When you're drifting, It doesn't pick up speed that much. It's very predictable, but you know, the experienced driver might find it a bit cumbersome, but it's very predictable, very stable. But again, it weighs about 4,100 pounds. But because of that weight and because of how big these rear tires are, the 700 horsepower is well balanced. It doesn't feel overbearing. It doesn't feel like it's too much power, which is what I was afraid of when I built this car. But my only problem, actually, I drove it stock. The only problem was the diff was terrible. So, you know, I just quickly threw a diff in. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with this car. So if you get this car in a wheel spin, or, you know, you just want a very cheap drift car, both these tunes are going to be on the storefront, or going to be shared. This tune, I don't know why you would download it, because you can make it just as easy yourself. I'm going to show the diff settings at the end. But I mean, it's very, very, very easy to use. This is probably the best beginner car I've driven so far, just because it is very predictable and slow to move, as well as having as much power as you need. Lime Rock as well, very, very good beginner course, especially with all those cones telling you really where you need to be. But yeah, guys, it's just this diff. I, you know, bought it on recording. Quick little setup. You can lock it if you want. I didn't really feel the need. A lot of people like locked diffs. I am not one of those people. But yeah, thank you guys very much, and I hope to see you in the next stream. Take care. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I also have a Facebook and a Twitter. For those links, be sure to check out the description box below.